Remember, remember, remember. What if your body remember what your mind tried to forget? Have you ever thought, what if some of the pain you feel today has nothing to do with today? What if your body is holding on to things your mind left behind years ago? We are living in a time where everyone is trying to heal. Someone meditates, someone goes to therapy, someone books a flight, someone disappears for a week, someone buys another expensive course. Everyone is searching for something. Peace, relief, a different version of themselves. A few weeks ago I heard about this place. Honestly, I don't know what to believe. That's exactly why I am here. Not to prove anything, not to promote anything, just to understand.
And you talked about the clown of the Matrix.
This is what I write.
Okay.
The clown philosophy, and this is kind of crazy if you know about it.
We're stuck in this loop.
Light, camera, action.
Roll.
Burası duyuyor.
A few weeks ago, I had a session here, and what didn't expect, what was that after that session, I couldn't stop thinking, not because I thought some miracle happened, because of the question, what if the body remember, then more mind does?
I mean, because basically they can't find any place in your brain where the long-term memory is stored. So therefore, the memory is literally getting stored throughout your whole entire body, through your waters, because water is the most programmable substance on earth, and we're mainly structured water. So therefore, the memory is literally sitting in our waters, in the waters of every cell of our body.
I have lots of questions from you. If someone says they moved from on past, how do we know the body also do that?
It's simple, because you realize when you're in there comes a point where your body will start moving without you noticing or putting any intention towards moving. It's moving because that trauma, that pent-up emotion is getting unpacked, is getting released. So therefore, your body will start moving with it and just clearing it, So now you'll have that memory of that past experience that is trapped inside of your body, inside of your waters. This, once you're aware, when you're mentally aware of what you cleared, then it registers, and it doesn't go back. But a lot of the times it ends up clearing from the body first, and then the brain struggles, because the brain is always 6 to 12 months behind any leap that you make. That's the reason why I believe people jeopardize all the good possibilities or all the good opportunities within this time, because their brain cannot comprehend that now you found real love, that now you have leaped in your profession, that now you are no longer stuck in your insecurity that is inhibiting or disrupting your ability to express who you are. So I have a lot of people report, yes, I can remember what happened, but now whenever it comes up, I remember it from this place where it doesn't really affect me. So that right there is you knowing that you no longer emotionally invested into that experience, because the more you're emotionally invested to any of those past negative, let's say, emotions that are trapped in the body, the more energy your body is spending processing this unprocessed information. And that literally what translates into having parasites in the body, because it needs to be represented. that's what translates into having zombie cells, because this becomes that part of you, that you close the door on, which is linked to that hurt you that couldn't deal with what happened to her 2-3 years ago. So basically, you just close the door, but by closing the door, you create this pretty much, I call it time vortex. Yeah. So it ends up energy vortex that ends up sucking your energy. Yeah. Without you even knowing that this is why you are feeling low energy and unmotivated to move forward.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know why you create that machine. You know, what happened to you that you create?
Initially, the first idea came to me when we were camping in the mountain, a group of us, and then one of our friends got lost. And then I went looking for him, and then I got lost looking for him. So then I found him, and then we were lost together on the mountain. And that night, it was freezing cold, and I was in a t-shirt, and I was really trying to stay warm. Yeah. I don't think I've ever gotten that close with a guy before, you know. So we tried everything, to cuddle, hug, whatever, to create heat, yeah. So at that point, I kept realizing that all I wanted to do was see the sun. So I can like feel the warmth of the sun and warm my body up with it. I kept doing that until I realized that, oh, I can actually produce heat in my body from seeing that light is moving inside of my body. And then I was like, that's strange. So this is where near-death experiences literally help you break through into a new life. Yeah. And then at that point, I saw myself going back to Los Angeles and starting this movement with starting these exercises in front of screens where people are charging themselves while they're exercising. And this is where, you know, this is when I first saw this in getting executed into a public experience. At that point, I realized that breakthrough for myself. And then I was like, okay, I can bring this to the whole world as well. Yeah. So this is basically, when this started. The first step to realizing a better you is to take full responsibility for everything in your life. Everything. The ups and downs, the good and bad, and blame no one other than yourself. Yeah? Because you can only attract you. Yeah? And all your experiences are your attraction. Yeah? They are your magnetism. You magnetized it. Yeah? So when you sit there and you take the victim role, this is when you never will never be free to be you. Because you is not a victim. You is free to be you. So if you continue saying that you're a victim of everything that happened to you, then we will never open the door. You can never see the way out. So that's all that we can do. All that we can do is untrap you to realize you.
I want to ask you about that, your experience. You know, you see a lot of people here and you know about that, and I think you have a lot of experience of that people experience.
I'm using AOI for 1.5 years myself, and I had most probably 200 sessions by myself. And I see a lot of people who come in here, and each person has transformed here. And this transformation is visible not only through their eyes, how they look, how they change their mood, their self-awareness, everything, but also it's like quantum leaps. And to experience it, you just need to try it, because it's hard to explain actually what's happening. But through doctor perspective, I can tell, like, AOI does, it reduces stress by activation of parasympathetic nervous system, and through that, people start to experience this calm meditative state, which we really lack this time, because we all overloading with all, I don't know, businesses we have, with all information overload through social media, through everything. These things activate sympathetic nervous system. So it give us high level of cortisol, adrenaline, etc. And AOI help us to reduce the stress by activation the parasympathetic nervous system. But the effects, they're beyond this. Because actually what Johnny has explained throughout this year and a half, it was transformative for me, even from my perspective as a doctor, because I start to really change my understanding how physical body works, how emotional intelligence helps us to be more healthy. Because before I also a psychologist, and I learned about psychosomatic. But what Johnny explains, it's like beyond all approaches. We able to clear informational negative emotions from our body. We just couldn't even understand how they affecting our health, because we just don't feel it. Like our neurons connections, they're like packed with this informational overload. And when you finally clear it with AOI, you start to feel like more light. You start to feel like, oh, it's not bothering me anymore. I just already moved through. Because why we age, as Johnny explains every time, it's because we cannot process our emotions and our baggage from past experience. And right now we have this amazing machine which could help us to finally let go. And this is the main effect. And every person who've been there, they experience different effects. Some of them, they maybe start to perform better, they start to get inspired to do some businesses, they have these ideas, they start to be more creative. Some of them are healed from something like physical problems with health. Most common effect, people start to be happy, smiley, and their inner child maybe wakes up after all those years of traumas, finally start to breathe. And also we reversing the age. Everyone become more younger. Like me myself, I'm 37, but without makeup I look like 15. And I'm not using any Botox, anything, and I'm glad I didn't, because with AOI I can reverse it.
Just, I want to know, trauma isn't just about what happened to us. Maybe it's also about who we become because of it. If that's true, then maybe the biggest question isn't how do we heal? Maybe it's who are we without the version of ourselves that learned to survive.
We've learned how to survive.